Hello, I'm Miss December 64, and today I'll be showing you how I set up my lash tray. Now, what I have in front of me are two white tiles. One is bigger than the other. They're just regular ceramic tiles that you can purchase at your local Menards or Home Depot. And here's a smaller one, and they're like 28 cents or 50 cents or however much ever they cost. I have two different sizes for two different reasons. This is one I would use if I'm mobile, if I'm somewhere visiting a mobile site doing lashes. And this bigger one I use if I'm in my own salon or if my lash job is just that many people at a mobile site. Normally this one, the smaller one for mobile, is just fine. This one I keep at the salon, of course, because of the size. Okay, and I'm going to show you how I set them up. What I'm going to do is just use a smaller one. And it's really easy. I know this online. Some places you can purchase what they call lash plates, and they're pretty much a tile. They're really expensive, and this is something inexpensive. Again, I think I paid maybe 28 cents for this tile. So what I do is I take my lashes. I'm going to use various sizes. That's another purpose of this tile that I'm using. I'm going to use some lashes that I have. And I think these are silk lashes. I'm going to take my tweezers. I'm going to lift up a row. And this is size 10. So this is going to be the smallest size on my plate or on my tile. I'm going to take this 10 and place it at the top of the tile. Here, I'm just going to turn this around so you can see me do this whole thing. So you can see exactly how I line my lashes up. Make it much easier. So I just stick it to the tile. And that's my 10. What I'm going to do is put another row of 10 on because I want to make sure I have enough for a lash job. I don't want to have to stop and dig out more lashes. So I'm going to take another row of 10, size 10, and attach it up under the first strip I put on. There. Now I have two rows of 10 silk white lashes. Now I'm going to move up to the next size, which is 11. I'm going to put two rows of 11s on. I'm going to put a little space between 11 and 10 just so I can keep up with what's going on. But there's more to keeping up with what's going on than what you see right now, and we'll get into that. Make sure I line it up halfway fairly decently. There. And that's my 11. I'll add one more to that, and I'll move on to the next size, which will be 12s. Okay, so now I have 10, 11, and we're going to add 12. And this makes your work so much easier. They're heavy enough, the tile is heavy enough that it won't slide around as you're trying to pull the lash, the actual lash off this red strip. It's a 12, one more 12. Then there's a little more. So now I have 10, 11, 12. I'm going to go one more and do a 13. So I have 10, 11, 12. I'm going to do a 13. I have 14s, but that's rare that I would grab a 14 and use it for a natural look at least. Leaving a little space. There's a 13. Here's another 13. I am going to add one 14 just so I can have a full tile. So 10, 11, 12, 13, and here I'm going to put a 14. Just one row because I don't use a lot of these. Okay, here I'll put my 14 at the bottom. There's my 14. So now I have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now what I'm going to do, just so I won't get confused, is take a piece of micropore tape and run it down this way. Therefore I'll write 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And this is micropore tape. It's just a paper tape. We use these in doing eyelash extensions. And you can always make this a little longer than your tile. You take your tile, wrap that around the top part, bring it all the way down and underneath, wrap it underneath. And there you have your micropore tape. And right here I can go 10, 11, 12, I'm left-handed, 13, 14. So now I know exactly what I have, where. In some places, if you want to, you can draw like an eyelid. That's my eyelid. And I'll go, if this is the inner, 10, 11, 12. So that gives me a map of what I want to do. 10 in this inner corner, 11 in the middle, 12 in the outer corner, make a natural flare. Now, another thing I do is I'll take an additional piece of micropore tape and I'll just put it anywhere on here, and that's where I'll put my dab of adhesive. Now, if any of you know about using eyelash extension adhesive, not individual adhesive, eyelash extension adhesive, you just take a little drop, goes a long way, and I'll put it on that extra piece of tape. So when I peel all this off, it comes right up easily. If I was to put it on the single piece, sometimes it will be a little more harder to remove the single piece of tape. So this is how I set up my tray for lashes. I have enough room to do different sizes to create different looks. And I can use some of these lashes and just put this away in like a Rubbermaid box or a Rubbermaid drawer and pull it out for my next client. This tray with this setup on it right now will last me for about 3 or 4 clients. So I just thought this was the easier way to be able to lay this down next to you as you work, and it's heavy enough and weighted enough to where it won't move and slide around as you remove lashes from the tray. I'm going to remove one. There's a lash I just picked up, and I didn't even have to disturb the tray. I think this is a nice setup, and it makes your lash job a lot easier if you're working with strips of silk extensions or mink extensions, not strip lashes. So hopefully this tip has been helpful to someone out there in lash land. And thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe.